This is a segment I'd like to call Direct Indirection. My name is Kyle LaPointe. I'm the host of the fun Dynasty podcast called Dynasty Self Help. We help you analyze your team, your game, and yourself in an effort to provide you a more rich and fun hobby experience. Today, I'm going to examine 10 key aspects of your Shark Tank 2 fantasy football team. Follow that up with a question. Please keep in mind that I'm going to be very direct, to the point, and brutally honest. And the questions are not going to be easy. Is that okay?
No.
All right, I don't care. Before we get into the meat of this potato, I would like to ask you just a few things about you. What is your name in real life?
Rick Wilson.
Rick Wilson. That's fantastic. It cut off a little bit, so I want to make sure I repeated you. In Shark Tank 2, we are named for folks with no guts, no glory. We're a league of daredevils. What is your chosen name and why?
The Founding Fathers, after the Founding Fathers of the United States, obviously.
Heck yeah.
I just think that I've always been a big fan. There was a lot of guts that they had there. They could have been, they could have been thrown in jail for treason. So I just always admired that.
That you think about it into our daily lives and the aspect of what we're doing and how many of us would have the courage to do that. It's pretty few and far between.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, that's awesome. All right. So whereabouts you live in this world?
I'm in Dip City, Ohio, just a little bit north of Dayton, Ohio.
Okay, so you're in Ohio. We talked about this a bit ago. You're drinking some nice whiskey, some Irish whiskey, Jameson's. But
I'm having Jameson.
If you were a beer guy, what style of beer would you drink?
Dortmunder.
Dortmunder export. You learned.
Actually, I'm not a big beer guy, but I'm partial to the German beers. And as you schooled me last time, I like the Bending export. And you helped me out with what kind of beer that actually was. So,
okay. Well, I appreciate that, and like I said, I've got a fondness for that beer, and I've got a friend who brewed one and won some awards with it, and then got it brewed at a professional brewery around here, and it's one of their staples now, and it's just amazing. If you can find anything that's of that German Dortmunder, and they call it different stuff over there. It never really was called a Dortmunder. It was just what we did over here in the beer judging world. We called it that. So we've tried to find a name for it, but really it's just a very basic German lager, and it's really balanced. It's a great beer.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. So now it's time for the hard-hitting analysis and drama-laden questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Big Ben, Mitch Trubisky. You seem to have gone out of your way to invest in older quarterbacks who all have Hall of Fame careers, along with one quarterback who will be in Canton at some point, but probably just cleaning the exhibit hall. Who played the mutating fly in the film The Fly?
No clue.
That is Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, the guy with the glasses. I can see him now.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. All right, so threw that one in there. He got this right the first time through. So the original question was, what is the name of David Hasselhoff's talking car in Knight Rider? And that was Kit. All right, so
I got that.
You got that one right. You have been busy trading players for Shark Bucks and Shark Bucks for players. That is the prime objective in this money-driven economy of a league. You are able to turn a profit in some cases, which is a valuable tool. In 1794, a valuable tool was invented known as the cotton gin. And in a future year, there was a electric ball that was invented by what inventor? Shiny ball, sparks coming off. You put your hand near it. Also invented direct current.
Yeah, here. I don't know.
And if you wanted his name, you could buy it in the form of an electric car, and it is called Tesla. Okay.
I got that one right last time, too.
You did. That last time I threw it in there about the cotton gin, and then I asked who invented the telephone, and he got that right with Alexander Graham Bell. So your tight end position seems poised for the future, unlike the QB position, which may need adult diapers before long. All four tight ends were known for being specimens in the passing game and had interesting college careers. Mike Gesicki played for Penn State. So what is the mascot at Penn?
Quakers.
That's right. You remember this time. So you got one right that you didn't get last time, but I got him with the Nittany Lions, throwing him off with the Penn versus Penn State. Fun stuff. All right. So you have 3 defensive tackles. You must start 2 any given week, so it is obvious that 3 could be enough. Looking over the 3 you have, it shows that people scouting defensive line talent is not a skill that is had by all people. Let's ask this question. How deep is a fathom?
No clue.
That is 6 feet.
6 feet a fathom.
Yes.
I'll always remember that.
The first question was, what is the young of the mammal hippopotamus called? And that is a calf. A calf. All right. So HaHa is one of the safeties on your team and was a stalwart defensive back at the University of Alabama. Bama produces high draft picks in each season they play under Saban. Saban also coached for the LSU Tigers in the early 2000s. Who was one of 2 starting defensive backs for the 2000 University of Oklahoma football team?
2000 defensive backs.
Line. Okay, so any defensive player, throw out there. Curtis
2000? No, I have no clue.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. We're good. Could have had. We had a linebacker by the name of Rocky, and we had also Curtis Lofton was a little bit later. That was 2003. But anyway, so you have 8 running backs on your team. They are a mix of current backups and future washouts. Some may produce in third down roles in coming years. How many players do you have named Allen?
4.
You do have 4, and you remembered that one as well. So we got this one right. We're mixing up some that are right and wrong, but you have Keenan Allen, Jonathan Allen, Josh Allen, and Allen Robinson, but no quarterbacks in that bunch. So there are 2 Josh Allens in our league. One is a rusher.
Yes, that's the one I got.
Yep, and that's a good one too. All right, you have drafted at most positions. You are heavily favoring the offensive side of the ball, but your defense has enough depth to start at most spots. Wide receiver is your heaviest position. And what is the heaviest naturally occurring element?
Uranium.
Uranium. We got that one right again. All right. I have mixed this one up. Let me make sure I've got this up so I have it where I need it. All right. Okay. So your cornerbacks appear to have a weakness. They are not currently on your roster. Given the stance that many have to take rookie corners or wait to pick them up, there could be a concern on waiver overrun in the coming days. Who is your first oldest linebacker on your team?
Oh, crap. Jordan Hicks.
No, that was your second oldest. Your oldest is C.J. Mosley.
C.J. Mosley. Yeah, C.J. Mosley. Okay.
He's 8 days older. 8 days older.
Okay.
All right. So you have the entire wide receiver core for the Cincinnati Bengals. This can often prove to be a risky tactic in short roster leagues, but in these larger roster leagues, this can prove fruitful, especially as the new QB for the Bengals seems to be something that will be chosen in next year's draft. How many quarterbacks has Cleveland had since 1999?
Oh, there's a lot. And, I guessed it wrong last time, and I don't even remember what the hell you said.
You
21?
said 14 last time, and it was 27. You were 21 this time. You got closer,
yeah,
but it is still
remember the questions.
It is still a tremendous amount of time, amount of players. All right. So my final question. Let me see if there's any way I can throw a wrinkle in this one. All right, probably not. I'm going to ask it again. Lacking number ones at a few spots will be a problem on your roster, but you've made up for it with depth at a lot of other positions. This league will provide a lot of trading opportunities, and those deep positions can swap for talent at those missing ones. NBC airs a show called America's Got Talent. If your roster were to appear on that show, how many buzzers would the judges use?
2.
2 was your answer last time. I said it was close enough because I had all of them. I'm going to give it to you again this time. All right. Thanks for your time. I appreciate your candid and truthful answers and my insightful and hard-hitting analysis.